Hi guys, and today I'm going to do a movie review of the sequel to the first Shazam movie from 2019. This movie came out in 2023. It's not a DC Universe like film. This movie is called Shazam Fury of the Gods. The other one was just called Shazam. This one's called Shazam Fury of the Gods. This one is all about the gods and the realms and all that stuff. And there was three daughters of Atlas. There was Calypso, Hespera, and Anthea, aka Anne. This film took place once again in Philadelphia. And the film was started by David F. Sandberg, like he did in the first movie. So without further ado, let's get into the plot of the movie without getting further too much away. So the movie takes place after the events of the first movie of Shazam from 2019. And so the two sisters of Atlas, Calypso and Hespera, break into the museum and they get the staff, the one that Billy Batson, aka Shazam, had broken the first movie of Shazam. He broke in the Christmas carnival, and it got sucked into like the museum, and so now Calypso and Hespera take the staff, and then they freeze everyone in the museum. They use a lot of powers to manipulate people. And so both of them plan to reunite the realm. And now we come to present day where we see Billy Batson, aka Shazam, talking with this man. And he talks to him about his childhood. remembering that this guy never had a family, that he never met his dad, and his mom abandoned him at a Christmas carnival, and the pediatrician, that's right. The pediatrician reminds Billy of how he was rejected by a city he tried to protect. So it's come to show that Billy Batson, aka Shazam, isn't doing really good of being a superhero. He thinks he's being more of an idiot. He thought he doesn't deserve it like his powers. So meanwhile, Billy Batson hangs out back home with his foster family. Here there's news of something going on the bridge. So they go to the bridge to save everyone after the bridge gets in disaster. However, so like since they're being rejected, they're being called like the Philadelphia fiascos. Because people don't think they've done so many great things. So meanwhile, Billy Batson is hanging out with his foster family in the superhero forms and the Rock of Eternity about what they have done today. And meanwhile, Calypso and Hespera return to the God's realm, and guess who's locked into the dungeon? The wizard, Shazam, the one from the first movie. The wizard was locked in the dungeon. And they force him to say the name Shazam, which restores the staff. And then, the wizard Shazam, he gives Billy a warning in his dream, saying that the daughters of Atlas are coming to haunt him. are coming to haunt him in his foster family. And so the next day at school, Freddie Freeman meets this new girl named Anne. The two bullies pick on him until his teacher tells him to stop. So later, Freddie Freeman is hanging out in the city in a superhero form. So the next day at school again, Freddie hangs out with Anne until Billy comes and he tells him that he saw the wizard in Shazam in his dreams. And he says that he's trying to give him a message, saying that the Daughters of Atlas are coming to haunt them. So later at the Rock of Eternity, Shazam tells all his superhero friends that he heard the wizard in his dreams saying that he's trying to warn him about like the Daughters of Atlas are coming to haunt them. And so they research about the Daughters of Atlas, saying that these three are three gods from a realm, which they gather a tree of life. And they notice that the staff was in the museum. So Billy Batson, aka Shazam, remembers that he broke the staff in the first movie. So Mary figures out that he broke the realm between two worlds. And they figure that there's three of them. There's Calypso, Hespera, and Anthea. However, Billy knows who Anthea is. It's Anne, the girl that Freddie met from school. And so Freddie hangs out with Anne and he transforms into like a superhero form, which Anne doesn't know that he's actually Freddie. Then two sisters come and they take his powers. Then Anthea betrays Freddie, and then Calypso and Hespera manipulate his teacher into falling off the cliff. As they capture Freddie, well, Hespera puts the whole city of Philadelphia onto this whole giant dome, which now the whole town of Philadelphia cannot get out. It's now the whole town of Philadelphia has gotten the news about the dome. So Freddy wakes up in the cell with the wizard. He tries to figure a way to get out, but the wizard Shazam tells him that he can't get out. And the wizard Shazam tells Freddy that once ever he has chosen the champion, he could no longer remain in his own realm, and that they would die there. So meanwhile, back in Philadelphia, Shazam is hanging out with the Foster family at the Rock of Eternity. And they find out like all the powers that they had stolen, including the speed of Mercury and many powers. So they write this message to the Daughters of Atlas. And then meanwhile, back at about the God's realm, the Daughters of Atlas get Freddy to say the name of the champions, which he says one, Billy Batson. And then they reach the letter of saying like violence is not the answer. Then Calypso traps Freddy and the wizard under this black hole. We see the dragon laden. Before Layden attacks them, Anthea comes and saves them. Whereas Anthea's not bad, she's actually good. And they try to figure a way to get out. So the next day back at Philadelphia, Shazam meets up with Hesperi. They both get into a fight. And guess what? Pedro loses his power as well. Well, so everyone loses like their powers except for Shazam. Now they lock Hesper up in a dungeon until she escapes and she grabs the apple, which is called like the Tree of Life. And then Hesper goes to the God's realm where they got the apple. So Hesper and Anthea plan to plant it in their realm to restore the God's realm, while Calypso plans to plant it in the human realm to destroy the realm. Hesper and Anthea are really shocked about this. They tell Calypso, their sister, that that's not what they came for. They came for the Tree of Life. But Calypso disagrees to do this. And then Shazam comes to the rescue and saves Freddy before he tries to take the apple. So as a name Shazam, he gets his powers back. And so then after they leave, Hesper demands Calypso to hand her over the staff, but of course she refuses. And then Calypso releases the dragon Layden. So then the Foster family all go to the house with the parents. They explain to the foster parents that they are superheroes. And then the dragon Layden comes, and then they all head out of the house. The house gets destroyed. So now Calypso takes all the powers, all the Foster family powers, except for Shazam. Now Calypso plants the Tree of Life into like their realm, and that she plans to destroy the human realm. So Shazam asks Wizard to take his powers back. Of course, the Wizard refuses because he has already chosen Billy Batson as the superhero he is, as the champion he is. And he explains to Shazam, to Billy Batson, that he has spent over millions of years searching for a great Murphy-like champion. And the Wizard tells Billy Batson that he chose right when he chose him. And so Billy Batson has one more moment with his adoptive mom. With his mom before he goes to save the day. So now everybody heads into the car. Well, Anthea goes to convince Calypso to stop trying to destroy the human realm. Of course, Calypso refuses, and Hesper finally realizes that she is working for their uncle Hades. Hesper plans to stop Calypso. And so Calypso kills Hesper with the dragon Layden for her betrayal. And so Calypso takes Anthea's powers away. And so Shazam begins fighting Calypso. And then she brings Hesper back to life to make a deal with her to remove the dome from the city. So Freddy and Anne head to a parking lot while the Foster family along with the Wizard go to see unicorns And so the unicorns plan to team up with them to defeat the demons. So Freddy and Anne head to this parking lot, so Calypso attacks them. And so Shazam saves them, and she takes the staff from Calypso. And so then while Shazam heads to the sky, guess what happens, people? Haspera removes the dome from the city. She removes the dome and she puts it in a garden where Shazam and Haspera can find it. So Shazam says goodbye to his foster family one last time before he defeats Calypso. So Shazam fights Calypso, and he succeeds on defeating her. But of course, sadly, he died. And so they buried Shazam in a grave in the God realm. And the wizard Shazam says that only a god can restore the power of the staff. And that there are no gods left. Except for one person. It's Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman comes in the scene. And so Wonder Woman restores the staff. And so Anthea gets her powers back. And so the God's realm has been restored. And then Billy Batson, he comes back to life and they all reunite with And so Shazam talks with Wonder Woman until she leaves. So then all the Foster family, they all get their powers back. And so a few weeks later, the house has been restored. So having dinner one night, so Anthea wants to join them in the human realm. So Anthea tells them that she wants to learn more about their world. That she will take a break off from the God realm. And then guess who visits them one last time? It's the wizard Shazam. So the wizard Shazam tells them he wants to see them one last time before he leaves. So he takes the staff. And he says goodbye to the Foster family. It's also the wizard Shazam, he was dressed like in his Uber-like uniform. It was really cool. And so we got these two post-credit scenes. The first one is that two people, they try to ask Shazam for him to join the Avenger Society. But of course, he refuses. In the second post-credit scene, we see that Dr. Freddy Savannah comes face to face again with Mr. Mind. Although Dr. Savannah is going impatient because Mr. Mind hadn't seen him in like 2 years. And then Mr. Mind leaves the dungeon, leaves the prison cell. So that's the end of the movie. So I thought this is a pretty good sequel to the first Shazam movie. Good sequel. Love the characters all that much. It's pretty good. I also love the new character that we had in the movie, Anthea. Oh. Also, I love the story and all that stuff. Also, I love the new antagonists in the movie, like the Daughters of Atlas, Calypso, Haspera, and Anthea. Although Anthea redeemed herself, while Calypso and Haspera, they died. And so I also felt the songs in the movie were so cool. Everyone was like, I need a hero. That's a pretty cool song. And I also felt the soundtrack in the movie was really awesome. I also felt the special effects in the movie really awesome. Felt the visuals in it and it looked really nice. Felt that the editing in the movie was really awesome. Yeah. That's felt the background of the movie was really awesome. I felt the direction in it was really awesome. And also felt the studied locations in the film looked really awesome. That's about the acting in the movie was really awesome. That's about the writing in the film was really awesome. That's like the CGI in the movie. The CGI in it was really awesome. As for the structure in the movie was really awesome. As for the pacing in the film was really cool. As for the steaming in it was really awesome. As for the climax battle, the ending was really awesome. And I also felt the ending of the movie was really awesome too, along with the two post-credit scenes. So that's my movie review of Shazam: Fury of the Gods from 2023, the sequel to the first Shazam movie from 2019. So overall, I give this movie a 10 out of 10. And also, thank you guys for joining my movie review of Shazam: Fury of the Gods from 2023. And don't forget to like and comment and subscribe to my channel. And I'll be seeing you guys next time. And see you soon, everyone. Take care.